Hello and welcome to Reality Check. In 2017, just 5 years ago, the Congress emerged as the single largest party in Goa, winning 17 seats. But by 2019, 15 of their MLAs had defected, a bulk of them to the BJP, as you can see on that picture on your screen. Ahead of the 2022 elections, the Congress made much of how they will avoid an action replay. In an unusual display of political theatre, Congress candidates, in the presence of Rahul Gandhi often, were made to take pledges in temples, mosques and churches that they will not defect.
36 कैंडिडेट्स आज बांबोळेच्या जागृत पुरुषामुखार शपथ घेतात की आम्ही निवडून येतगीर फुडली 5 वर्सां काँग्रेस पक्षाबरोबर एकनिश्ठेन रावतले.
When we interviewed some of those Congress candidates that you just saw in that pledge, like the North Goa strongman Michael Lobo, whether they would honor the pledge, this is what they said.
We have taken an oath before God. We have taken an oath before the Mahalakshmi. We went to our Holy Cross Church in Bambolim, and we have taken an oath there. We have taken an oath in Mahalakshmi before the temple, and we have asked that keep us together, and all of us have given a vow.
That pledge.
Yeah, all of us have given a vow that we will stand by the party no matter what is the result.
Today afternoon, though, 7 months later, Mr. Lobo was amongst the 8 Congress MLAs, 8 of the 11 by the way, that crossed over to the BJP, including Mr. Lobo's wife, as well as the former Congress Chief Minister Digambar Kamat. Today, Mr. Lobo was singing a very different tune.
We have joined Bharatiya Janata Party to strengthen the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Ji Modi, आमचो Chief Minister गोयचो Dr. Pramod Sawant याचे हात स्ट्रॉंग करपाक आनी ती आमी हिंगासर आयज गोंयान सुरवात केल्ली आहा की काँग्रेस छोडो आनी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जोड़ो.
Congress Chodo, BJP Jodo, says Michael Lobo now. And again, Digambar Kamat. This was Mr. Kamat earlier, and this was him today.
You're not insecure after what happened last time with defections?
No, last time we were also secure. It was not like that. Last time what happened here is a murder of democracy. See, in democracy, it is the people's mandate. For 5 years, people give you a mandate. Rightly or wrongly, you have to learn to respect the people's mandate. That is the beauty of democracy. If you don't respect the people's mandate, then there is no democracy.
हांवें सुरवातेकच सांगिल्लें जेन्ना म्हाका पक्षान लिडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशनाच्या हाचे वेल्यान मुक्त केलो त्या वेळाचेरच हांवें सांगिल्लें की काँग्रेस पार्टी भितर जें कितें चलना तें बरोबर न्ही. आनी मागीर गुलाम नबी आझाद जेन्ना पळय रिजायन जालो ताणें जें लेटर केलें तें लेटर जर कोणें वाचून पळयलें जाल्यार तातूंतल्यान तुमकां कन्क्लुजन्स ड्रॉ करपाक मेळटलें. ताणें जर स्पश्ट म्हणिल्लें की भारत जोडोच्या वाट्याचें काँग्रेस जोडो प्रोग्राम करपाक जाय. आनी आज ह्या देशांत प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदीच्या नेतृत्वा सकल जो विकास चलता देशांत म्हणजे पयले खेपेक अशें म्हणटात की इंटरनॅशनल लेवलाचेर ह्या देशाच्या नागरिकांक रिस्पेदान पळयलें वता.
Now, normally opposition lotus of this nature is to make up the BJP's numbers when it falls short. This time, though, the BJP and its allies were already in a majority in Goa with 25 MLAs, which is 4 over the halfway mark, or a total assembly strength of 40. Now, with 8 more, they're at 33 in the 40-member Goa Assembly. The opposition is just down to 7 MLAs. With all of this, the BJP would have carried out a vast number of these opposition lotus and defections since they came to power. My colleague Mariam Alavi put together this estimate based on publicly available information, and the count suggests that a total of 167 MLAs may have defected to the BJP since 2014 when the Modi government came to power, and 7 MPs have crossed over to the BJP. The Congress forms the largest group in this. About 100 of those 167 MLAs who crossed over to the BJP are from the Congress. As we said, these are estimates based on media reports. The actual figure may be even higher. This is some of the chronology of the big Operation Lotus. Lots of MLAs have joined in the middle, but big ones. In 2015, in Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma crossed over with 9 Congress MLAs and joined the BJP. Today he is the Chief Minister of the state from the BJP. Arunachal Pradesh in 2016, CM Pema Khandu, 43 other Congress MLAs joined the BJP ally. Some of them would later go on to join the BJP itself. In Manipur, the ex-Congress Chief Minister Biren Singh joined the BJP. In 2017, despite falling short in the Goa and Manipur assembly elections, the BJP formed a government with smaller parties in both those states. In 2019 in Karnataka, 13 Congress and 3 JDS MLAs joined the BJP. The government of Kumaraswamy was toppled. In Goa, 12 Congress MLAs joined the BJP in that year. In Maharashtra, 21 Congress MLAs along with a bunch of NCP MLAs and a member of parliament from the Congress joined the BJP ahead of the elections. Again in West Bengal, ahead of the elections, 8 TMC MLAs, 1 TMC MP joined the BJP. Andhra Pradesh, 4 TDP MPs joined the BJP. In 2020, the big coup in Madhya Pradesh, Jyotiraditya Scindia crossing over with 22 Congress MLAs, the government of Kamal Nath being toppled. In West Bengal, Suvendu Adhikari and 5 other TMC MLAs joined the BJP. And in 2022, in this year, you've already had 6 JDU MLAs and a TMC MLA joining the BJP in Manipur, and of course today with 8 Congress MLAs joining the BJP. I earlier spoke, or rather a debate that took place between Sadanand Tanawade, the state BJP president, and Supriya Srinath of the Congress, whether this was all because of the BJP's Jor Tod Operation Lotus, or does this actually point to a deep crisis within the Congress? Joining us on the show with us exclusively, we have with us Sadanand Tanawade. He is the state president of the BJP in Goa, joining us from Panjim, and also Supriya Srinath of the Congress joining us. Sadanand ji, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Now you've carried out yet another operation. How long were you planning this operation?
We have not planned any operation. Today morning they called and they has told us that they wanted to join BJP. So we contacted our national leader and we have finalized their joining. They came here and they joined BJP. We have not planned anything, and we are not supported for that thing to come to BJP and all.
No, but Sadanand ji, nobody just joins like that. Congress is saying that you have bribed these MLAs, you have dhumped out these MLAs, you have given inducements and threats. That's why they've joined.
We have not given anything threat to them, and we have not given any bribe to any MLA willingly, because they know that in all over India BJP is doing good work. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji also is doing good work, and in Goa also last 3 times, because 2 times since 2012, 2017 and 2022, 3rd time BJP came back to power in Goa. And they have seen the development of under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and Goa now Dr. Pramod Sawant ji.
No bribes, no cash, no threat of ED,
no cash,
CBI.
no cash, no threat, no any commitment.
Supriya Srinath, you buy that this is, they're seeing the good work of the BJP, that's why yet again you've been hit by a mass exodus?
Because they have seen that they are saying that have not seen any future in Congress, because central Congress leadership and even local leadership, they have seen that there is no good leadership who can take the party.
Let me get Supriya Srinath. Supriya Srinath, is this, as he says, the sign that the Congress leadership crisis is leading to these mass exodus?
Vasu, I'd first want to, with respectful submission, want to ask my friend from the BJP, what defines as good work being done by India? I will tell you what good work have they done. They have made India into an anarchy. They have ruined the economy. They have ensured that our youth are unemployed. They have made prices higher. Prices of food have passed 7.6%. 1 second, sir. And I also want to, with respectful submission, say they are so rattled and so they're actually unnerved by the Bharat Jodo Yatra, that this operation muddling, operation Kichad as I call it, and not operation Kamal, is actually being done. it is not just Goa. Whether it was toppling a democratically elected
Sure, but
government in
Supriya-
Madhya Pradesh or in Karnataka or in any other place, the BJP stops at nothing.
No,
you
no,
think
but
I'm
isn't
going
this-
to buy this thing? No, 1 second, Vasu.
But isn't this a
You think
crisis? Okay, BJP
Yeah.
topples. No, but Supriya, isn't this also an indication of a lack of trust and faith in the Congress's own leadership that you have such large numbers of MLAs leaving? At
No,
a time when you are
absolutely
trying to
not.
do
And I'll
Bharat
tell you-
Jodo.
No, absolutely not. And I will tell you why. Because what is really happening is that to do opposition politics is becoming very tough in this country. You really need nerves of steel. If you are obsessed about a bungalow and if they can intimidate you by ED, CBI and income tax, or if you are obsessed about being in power and if money is what moves your needle, yes, you will be in the BJP camp. I want to understand
But-
what is the ideology of the BJP vis-a-vis also what is the ideology of these people, because political ideology of the BJP
Okay.
and the Congress are
Let me ask
diametrically
Sadanand ji that. Okay, Sadanand ji, how
Yes.
do you justify this? Because this is not the first time. In 2019 also, 15 of the 17 Congress MLAs joined BJP. Now, 8 of 11 are joining the BJP. Is BJP becoming Congress? Aap Congress Mukt Bharat is it, or BJP Yukt Congress?
ये कांग्रेस पार्टी की जो लीडरशिप है, वो लीडरशिप पे ये कांग्रेस एमएलए को फेथ नहीं है. उनका लीडर
नहीं,
जो
आपका
है
आइडियोलॉजी
राहुल
का,
गांधी जी,
सदानंद जी,
भारत
is
जोड़ो कर रहा है.
BJP, what about BJP? BJP says it's a party of ideology, but you are taking only people from Congress.
देखो, भारत जोड़ो आंदोलन करे गोवा में, तो कांग्रेस छोड़ो गोवा से शुरू हो रही है. जब उनका भारत जोड़ो आंदोलन पूरा हो जाएगा तो कांग्रेस पूरा मुक्त हो जाएगा, क्योंकि दे डोंट हैव फेथ. कांग्रेस को फेथ नहीं है उनकी लीडरशिप पे.
नहीं,
So
but
this
what
is the
about
problem.
BJP
Why they are
ideology?
blaming for this?
But
This
BJP
is not a
ideology is
question of
okay with
this.
taking so
They are-
many
they
people
are
from
Congress
Congress?
leader is only blaming. Bharatiya Janata Party is
I will
doing
tell
good
you
work
what
in
is the
India.
BJP ideology.
ये
Give me a
कांग्रेस
second
तो
and I will tell you what is the BJP ideology.
after independent
The
ये
BJP
One second, one
कांग्रेस
second,
कुछ
one
नहीं
at a
कर पाई.
time. Supriya, just one at a
जो
time.
कुछ कांग्रेस नहीं कर पाई है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की पार्टी कर रही है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार कर रही है.
अच्छा,
हमारा भारतीय जनता पार्टी का अंत्योदय तत्व लेकर हमारे पंतप्रधान
नहीं, but
नरेंद्र
इधर
मोदी जी-
Sadanand ji, this is a surprising thing. Normally, Operation Kamala is done when BJP is short of a majority. Here, you are above the majority. You with your
Yeah,
allies
but
at
see,
25.
we have not done any operation.
Why do you still
Willingly
needed to
is-
do the
this is
operation?
Our Bharatiya Janata Party is a national party, one of the largest party of the world, one of the largest political party and organizationally also. अगर कोई अब खुद का resignation देके आना चाहता है,
हाँ,
तो it is our as a political party we have to accept them.
Can I come in
हमने
now,
किसी को
please?
फोर्स नहीं किया है कि आप
You will-
छोड़ो
you will
पार्टी और
accept
हमारे पार्टी
anybody.
में आ जाए.
okay. Yes, Supriya.
ये लोगों का जो
I will tell
ये
you-
लोगों के कांग्रेस
Okay, okay.
पार्टी के चीफ मिनिस्टर होने के बाद भी अगर उनको उनके पार्टी में फेथ नहीं है,
Okay.
तो हम क्या
ठीक है,
करें?
ठीक है. सदानंद जी,
उनका
एक second.
leadership, लीडर
Okay.
ऑफ अपोजिशन इज रिजाइन.
Okay, okay. सदानंद जी, all
ये
right.
कांग्रेस पार्टी जो है ना,
अच्छा, अच्छा, Sadanand ji, एक
ये-
second.
ये
Supriya, the
कांग्रेस
fact
पार्टी
is,
को-
okay, Sadanand ji, I am coming to you. Supriya, the fact is that Congress had a heads up on this when in June already some of these leaders were making indications they were going to defect. I think you took action also against a couple of them. Again, the question will arise, didn't you see this coming? Couldn't you have done anything to stop it?
I actually have a very nuanced view on that. I think people who sit on the fence and are willing to embrace an ideology as different and as divisive as of the BJP's, I think it's only fair that they go. It is better to be with the BJP than to be a mole within us. But I also want to say one more thing. BJP की ideology, कल देखी थी बंगाल में सब लोगों ने. When you were burning police vehicles and chasing down policemen, your people, your flags dressed in your uniform were all over the place doing hooliganism and gundaism in West Bengal. We
No,
have
but-
seen your ideology in Hathras. We have seen your ideology in Lakhimpur, in Unnao, multiple places.
But
we have
Supriya-
even seen your ideology in Gujarat, where you released
But
rapists.
Supriya, once
so please
again-
do not tell me what your ideology is.
Okay, but what do you say, Supriya? What do you say to when Aam Aadmi Party has today come out saying that this is even further indication that Congress is finished? If you are electing a Congress MLA, you are electing effectively a BJP MLA. that Congress,
It's
as
very
Raghav Chedda
rich.
put it, rest in pieces.
Yeah, it's very rich coming in from a bunch of people whose leader has to decide whether he will continue to be team B of the BJP and ensure that the BJP wins wherever the BJP is in trouble, whether it is Goa, Uttarakhand or even Gujarat. And he has to decide between, is his politics going to be one of stunts? Because we are all on the same page as far as education and health is concerned. What is his political ideology on contentious issues?
Okay.
Why does he keep quiet on drugs and on release of rapists in Gujarat? Where does he go in hiding when Delhi is burning with riots? I want to understand from Raghav Chadda and Arvind Kejriwal,
Okay.
what is their political ideology?
But at the
Are
moment,
you willing
though-
to be the team B of
Okay,
the
but
BJP
at the-
for
oh.
times immemorial and be
Okay,
and keep
but
doing
at the
rescue
moment,
act?
though, the
That's
crisis-
what you're doing.
Okay, but at the moment though, the crisis does seem to be, I mean the Congress does seem to be beset by crisis. But Sanathan ji, my question to you is that you're saying you've not done Operation Kamla, these people have come on their own. You say if any people approach you to join, you have to accept them. That is the logic I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
Anybody who comes to BJP, you'll take them. It doesn't matter what is their background, what is their ideology.
ये जो 8 MLA कांग्रेस छोड़ के आए हैं ना, वो लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन माइकल लोबो जी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के मंत्री थे। ये कांग्रेस बीजेपी का चुनाव होने से पहले वो इधर से कांग्रेस में चले गए, उधर चुन के आए और 1 महीने में इनको लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन ने कांग्रेस ने बनाया। जो दिगंबर कामत जी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के थे, 3 बार चुनाव चुके थे, ये हमारे किसी को इम्पोर्ट नहीं कर रहे। ये बीजेपी में थे, वो उधर गए। उसमें कोई जो MLA है जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के थे, हमने टिकट नहीं दी थी तो कांग्रेस में गए टिकट लेने के लिए, तो उधर से ये उनके पास नहीं है, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के थे, उधर
So
गए थे, आ गए
Supriya,
इधर।
this is also okay. Let Supriya respond to
ये
this. Supriya, the
उनको-
fact
ये
is that
कांग्रेस
you also
पार्टी
took
को
some of these
पहले-
defectors. Lobo was a
हाँ।
defector. You also welcomed him in the last election. Now he's crossed sides.
Yeah.
You know, Vasu, I will just say one thing. If the BJP can give control to the opposition as far as ED, CBI and income tax are concerned, और हमारे पास वो इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड भेज दीजिए जो आप कमा रहे हैं, अमित शाह ज्वाइन करेंगे कांग्रेस पार्टी, पता है आपको?
ये
अमित
भारतीय
शाह ज्वाइन
जनता
करेंगे
पार्टी-
कांग्रेस। आप भेजिए हमारे पास ED और CBI और इनकम टैक्स को और दीजिए हमें वो पैसा जो आपके पास है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी पहली सदस्यता लेंगे कांग्रेस की, पहले सदस्य घोषित होंगे,
ये-
आएंगे
okay,
वो कांग्रेस ज्वाइन करने।
Okay,
दिक्कत
okay,
की बात
this is-
ये है कि और हम उनको लेंगे नहीं।
ये
भी
कांग्रेस
आपको बता
पार्टी-
दूं। हम
Okay,
उनको
okay, one
लेंगे
second.
नहीं।
One
ना
second,
आपको
one
लेंगे
second.
ना उनको लेंगे।
One second. ये सदानंद जी, the point is that आप कह रहे हैं कि कोई केसेस और ये सब CBI, ED का धमकी नहीं देते हैं, लेकिन हम खुद देख रहे हैं इतने सारे ऑपोजिशन लीडर्स के खिलाफ केसेस हैं। मेरे ख्याल से some of these leaders themselves, दिगंबर कामत etc., इनके ऊपर केसेस का वो है। He does have a cases
No, they
issue
just see
of
कांग्रेस
the
में-
case against
अरे,
him or the investigation on top of him. That is not a factor
इसमें-
at all.
ये तो आरोप करना इनकी आदत है, क्योंकि इनको पहले आदत थी कि जब इनकी सरकार थी यही ये करते थे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऐसे नहीं कर रही है। गोवा में आप किसी को पूछो, ये जो MLA आड़ आए इनके ऊपर कोई ये नहीं है और
But
किसी को
आपको-
फोर्सफुली किसी को भी अंदर नहीं लिया है।
नहीं,
सब-
बट
सब
आप
उसी से
इनको
आए,
accommodate,
क्योंकि-
but the thing is,
क्योंकि
सदानंद
इनके
जी-
पास कांग्रेस के पास फुल टाइम लीडर नहीं है। इनका फुल टाइम प्रेसिडेंट नेशनल पे नहीं है और गोवा पे भी नहीं है।
फुल टाइम होम
जिनको
मिनिस्टर
जिनको ये लोगों ने कांग्रेस का अध्यक्ष बनाया इधर गोवा में, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी का अभी अध्यक्ष है ना, वो 3 महीने पहले कांग्रेस ज्वाइन किया है।
Okay. सदानंद जी, this is an English channel.
अध्यक्ष बनाया है।
This is we have nothing against Hindi, but this is an English channel.
इनके पास तो लीडरशिप नहीं है ना।
Sadanand
तो
ji,
ये
we are an
import
English channel,
करके
English
leadership ले रहे
channel.
हैं।
But just to ask you,
इनका स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट जो है कांग्रेस का, ये स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट 3 महीने पहले
okay,
कांग्रेस में
Sadanand ji,
गया।
I have to wrap it up here. Sadanand ji, I'm coming to you, Supriya. Sadanand ji, my question is, how will you accommodate so many? You have already got so many people from Congress already in the BJP. Last time, if you have 40 candidates, if I'm not mistaken, 20-25 for Congress. Many have become ministers. Now 8 more have joined. How will you accommodate all these people?
Just see when last 2017 पे 2019 it was the total to 27 out of 40. Now it becomes 28. एक ही ज्यादा है उसमें.
No, but
पहले
will you,
तो
is
27 के अभी
Digambar
28 हो
Kamat,
गए.
Michael Lobo, all these people, are they going to become ministers?
Nobody. There is no commitment of any ministry and all, because willingly they have come to join BJP.
They have not been given any commitment of
no,
ministry.
No, any commitment for any this thing, ministry and all.
बैठने के लिए
Will they?
ये पहले एक
People
काम
who
करो,
think
कांग्रेस को
they
फुल
just
टाइम
need to sit.
कांग्रेस को फुल टाइम प्रेसिडेंट नॉमिनेट करो. ये लोग क्या करते हैं, किधर
Okay.
बीजेपी के किसी को
Last-
टिकट
okay,
नहीं मिला,
Okay,
किसी को
okay.
टिकट नहीं
But
मिला,
at the end of the
तो
day,
उसको
all right.
पार्टी में लेके उसको पोजीशन देते हैं.
Okay, but
भारतीय
Supriya,
जनता
at
पार्टी
the
वैसे
end
नहीं
of the
कर रही
day,
है.
okay, Sadanand ji, one second. Supriya, at the end.
कांग्रेस पार्टी में,
Sadanand ji,
जो
एक second,
कांग्रेस
एक second.
पार्टी में
Okay,
2
okay.
महीने पहले आता है,
अच्छा
उसको leader
सदानंद
of
जी एक
opposition
सेकंड.
करते
सुप्रिया
हैं.
एट द एंड
जो
ऑफ द डे
पार्टी में
सदानंद जी
3 महीने
सदानंद
पहले
जी
आता है,
सदानंद जी
उसको
एक
पार्टी का
सेकंड
president बनाते हैं. यही हालत
ओके
है
एक
ना
सेकंड
कांग्रेस
सदानंद जी आई डोंट वांट टू लोअर ऑडियो
की. यही
I don't want
उनकी
to lower
नीति
audio.
है, पहले से करके आई है, यही उनकी अभी भी नीति है.
अच्छा ठीक है. Supriya, at the end of the day, this is a big crisis though, is it not, for the Congress? You can accuse the BJP of doing Jod Tod Operation Lotus. So many, Ghulam Nabi Azad, we won't list all the different people who have left. This is a big crisis. 8 of your 11 MLAs have left.
No, I don't think this is a crisis, Vasu, and I said it right in the beginning. I think anybody who joins the BJP from the Congress is making an ideological somersault that doesn't fit in with our ideology at all. I mean, quite frankly, we are not like-minded parties. We are politically as diametrically opposite in ideology as they can be. So anybody who
So
can make the shift from us should have actually gone
But you
earlier.
don't see this
It is
as a-
better to go and join the BJP than sing the BJP's tune within our party.
But you
as
don't-
simple as that.
But you don't see this as a crisis in terms of the fact that people don't have, maybe they just also, it's not an ideology thing, they're just leaving because they don't see a future in the Congress.
No, absolutely not. I don't see this as an ideology thing. I don't see this as a not seeing the future thing as all. This is ideological compromise. I was there in the
Okay.
Yatra for 3 to 4 days and I have seen the kind of ground swell and ground support there is for the Congress party. So
Okay.
it's very easy for me and say, you know, it's not crisis at all.
It's not a
कल नहीं,
crisis
आज
at all,
जाइए
you
अगर
say.
आपको जाना है. आज जाइए, आज, कल का वेट मत करिए अगर आप जाना चाहते हैं. क्योंकि
अच्छा,
अगर
ठीक है.
आप भाजपा में जा सकते हैं कांग्रेस को छोड़ के, तो आप कांग्रेसी कभी थे ही नहीं. You were never a congressman or a woman if you can go to the BJP.
Okay, last word from you, Sadanand ji. You're saying you did not do any Operation Kamala. There is no money, bribes. What if tomorrow some evidence comes out? Some MLA, somebody says, I have a recording, I've got some proof, some money was offered or a dhamki was given. What will happen then, Sadanand ji? Once again, Supriya.
I am
Sadanand ji.
100% sure that we are not promised anything to them. We are not given anything to them. Willingly they joined.
Willingly they joined. Okay.
जुलाई में उनका पहला प्रयोग हुआ था, तब इनको स्टॉप करना चाहिए था. ये लोगों ने, इनको मालूम था वो जा रहे हैं. So we have not bribed anybody. We have not committed anybody anything.
Okay.
Willingly they came,
आप
and out
धर्मशाला
of that,
भी आ
four of
जाएगा.
them,
आप
four
क्या
of them
ready
is
के
only original all BJP.
Obviously,
They again
but
come back.
Okay,
to
they
BJP.
came willingly
You are
and
rattled
on
by the
their
BJP
own.
person.
All right, we'll have to
Why you
leave
want
it there.
Operation Teacher?
All
Your
right, we'll have
Operation
to,
Teacher is a direct outcome of the Bharat
Okay,
Jodo
we'll
Yatra.
have to-
You're
we'll-
rattled and you're on nerve.
we'll have to leave it there. Thank you both so much for joining us. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.